Hi Gemini, and welcome to your November 2020 general reading. So wow, what a year. November already, so we're in Scorpio season. Scorpio tends to be about our deepest connections, also represents the occult, our shadows. But it's very interesting because your Lenormand is a sun card, so beautiful. You know, the Lenormand sun card is the same as a tarot sun card. It's about clarity, it's about health, it's about connection, awareness, things coming to light, an awful lot about joy. I haven't even clarified it, Gemini. In fact, I would just, if I had that as my card as November, I wouldn't even bother to do a reading. I really don't when the sun shows up in a reading, because whatever your question is, it's all going to be okay. So whatever you've got going on, it's all going to be okay. When I do my readings for myself and the sun shows up, I don't even look at the cards. I just go up, dealt with, fine, it's all going to resolution. So that's your message, Gemini. But I am still going to do you a reading. Sorry, I'm sort of just give me a minute to shuffle the cards. I'm not sitting in a very good position, so I'm going to move seat. One more shuffle, one more split of the deck. So Three of Swords behind you, okay, with the Seven of Wands. So these are both cards. I mean, the Three of Swords can be a card of heartache. Sometimes it's about being divided between two people. There's no way the Three of Swords is a card of sorrow, okay? You have got the Sun card, so the omen is resolution. Some people see the Three of Swords is a past sorrow, but until it's released at an energetic level, there's no such thing as past sorrow. It just lives in the present moment, and that's what tends to keep our hearts quite guarded with the Seven of Wands. Maybe there's past sorrow, Gemini, which is making you feel a little bit defensive towards a current situation. Maybe some of you are just and have been in a challenging set of circumstances. The Seven of Wands, I quite like the Seven of Wands. The door, there's a door that's opening, the Seven of Wands. A lot of people don't like it. I do. I tend to see it as there's light coming in. The Sun card. So what you want is the Page of Swords, which is about news, communication. The gift is the Seven of Cups, which is brain fog, confusion. I think this is about a decision that wants to be made. The challenge is the Ace of Pentacles. So you've got no major arcanas yet. So when there's no major arcanas, we're dealing with the events of everyday life. Yeah, there's not any big soul dilemmas or soul lessons going on. Relationships, you get the Moon card. Money and work, you get the High Priestess. Boy, the Sun card at a soul level. So you've got it twice as an omen that no matter what's going on here, because there obviously is something going on, the answer is that it's all going to be okay. It's never, the Sun has got no other meaning to it. And I don't think there's any reader that wouldn't read the Sun as the same way. So what you want is the Page of Swords. This is about clarity. He holds the Ace in his hand and he is acting on it. So it's an action card, it's about decisions, it's about clarity, and it is right under that Three of Swords. And what I'd love to use that sword for is to cut through any residue of the past, especially around the heart, that's still living in the present moment. There might be a little bit of a sense of unease, uncomfortability, but it seems to be what you're looking for is a decision and clarity. I would not think this is going to come through your relationships or your finances, not with these cards. It seems to be coming from your own centre, the Sun card at soul level. Because the soul should be that part of us that guides our decisions and helps us to move forward. Because there's definitely wanting clarity, wanting a clear mind, but the gift of the Seven of Cups is a little bit like brain fog. So finding it hard to have clarity, to make a decision. There might be a lot of blurred lines going on, there might be a lot of confusion, but because it's the gift, there's clarity coming. Because look, the sun's here. So the sun breaks through fog, it breaks through confusion, it breaks through lack of clarity, which is really what you want. The Page of Swords and the Sun seem to have some relationship about breaking through confusing things. The challenge of the Ace of Pentacles might be with finances, might be, but the aces always represent new chapters. So something that's actually in your hand. That is a challenge, and it's because there's these three cards are all about blurred lines. They're all very yin. So yin represents the dark, the unknown, the mystery. Not having clarity. Because not many of us can see in the dark. Only the hermit can see in the dark, by the way. So you seem to be dealing with something, Gemini, that really, really, really is quite confusing here. But look, this is the energy, and this is the energy of clarity, light coming, decisions being made. What is this about? Give me a card for Gemini, because this is really, yeah, it's with the Knight of Cups. So news is coming. These are three very active principles that represent news, clarity, and the news coming your way. And the Page of Wands is an active card. It's a very, very decisive yes card. But it looks like whatever you're dealing with in November, because the Moon card in your relationship, so I mean, the Moon card is about self-care. It's about nurturement. The Moon is about our emotional mind. So it does represent connection, but can also represent not having clarity, because it represents being in the unknown, because nighttime is this great mystery when we can't quite see what's coming next. High Priestess in your money and work sort of represents the same. It's both very yin, both very not having the answers. But then the Sun card comes with the Knight of Cups heading towards the Page of Swords, which is news and clarity. Tends to be exceptionally good news. And it's, clarified with Three of Cups. This is all yes, 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 yes. But these cards, these three cards are, it's almost like there's some huge victory here, Gemini. I mean, there's no way around it when the Sun card shows up. But at the same time, there is not clarity around it. The clarity is coming because the sun burns through the confusion, the sun burns through the fog. But it's almost like it's going to be the month of November is working with both confusion and allowing the clarity to come. And the Page of Wands makes a decision. Page of Wands is with the Wheel of Fortune, is a definite yes decision, a completion and a new beginning. So why is the Page of Pentacles a challenge? What a very, very confusing reading. Guys, sorry, I'm just, yeah, the Ace. This is about lack of clarity. The aces are always something that you've got in your hand. So they're tangible. You can touch them. Always a yes. But the challenge is having this definite yes. But it doesn't look like it's a punishment to me, because the Seven of Cups is the gift, which would say to me that whatever's going on, Gemini, because I might have to pick a few cards for you because I'm a little bit confused here. And I think maybe you'll be very confused in November. And what you're waiting for is that confusion to end and the clarity to come, which it is going to come. I'm going to pick you another few cards because it's very... I think if anyone, Gemini, I never hear any feedback from you, so it's so hard to direct a reading when you don't know what's going on for a sign. But give me 3 cards for Gemini. I'm just really interested what this is about. It's almost like this amazing clarity, but with amazing... It's almost like something really huge is happening. But in one hand, it's going on, but in the other hand, there's no clear decision being made. So don't worry about the Ten of Swords. I don't read the Ten of Swords the way that other people do. So the Wheel and the Magician, the 10 is a completion process, yeah, and it's about timing. It's tends to be a very, very, very fortunate card, yeah. The Magician is about building inner power. It's about building inner strength. We tend to get it when our soul, you know, when you take big actions in life, the Magician card tends to show up in a reading before someone makes a decisive action and a decisive breakthrough, because the power is building up from within, and it's with the Wheel of Fortune. These are 2 huge soul lesson cards, but all about power, by the way. Power. Our power in the world, our power as a manifester, as a creator. And then you get the Ten of Swords, which I will clarify. I'm one of these readers who love the Ten of Swords because it means the 8 and the 9 have been completed. We don't feel stuck anymore. We don't feel like we're living in anxiety. So what's the Ten of Swords about, please? Because sometimes it's a card about feeling defeated, but it's not how I read it, because to me it's a card of no longer feeling fear. So no longer feeling that you're in this repetitive mental programming. It's a leap of faith, that's how I read it. What's this about? It's like you're waiting on something, because look, it's with the 3 of Wands. Something that you're not in control of, so that's what all the confusion's about. But then, there you go, you're going to the Ace of Swords, clarity's coming, and the 6 of Cups. I have no idea what you're dealing with here, Gemini, by the way. It's something very huge, all about personal empowerment, your power in this world. Power is not a dirty word. It's only a dirty word if we abuse it, yeah? It's about manifestation, creativity, bringing something forward. But then look, you've got the 3 of Wands, the 10 of Swords. So there's still no, it's almost like that other reading. There's a lack of clarity. Now the 10 of Swords doesn't have to be a bad card. When I pull it as a reader, I don't read it. It's a completion process, and it's a decision to, like, You know, the serenity prayer, if I can't control it, then that's okay. But you're waiting for something. And here's what you're waiting for. The clarity and the reunion. Both of these are real yes cards. But it's almost like there's a very, very, very interesting dynamic going on here. And it's definitely about your place in this world, bringing forward this creative pulse, this vitality, and dealing with this great process of not knowing. So it's almost like maybe you might be waiting to hear about a job and you're left in the dark for this whole few weeks. I guarantee you'll be getting this job. And the trick with these cards, especially the Seven of Cups, is the gift. And it's very much, that's how I actually love the Ten of Swords, because it's a realization I'm not in control of this process. And then I hand it over, I meditate, I use prayer, because there's a power that is in charge of it, and I try and give it to that so I can go on with living my life at ease and at peace, because peace is my priority, and peace should be everyone's priority. Whatever it is, it's going to come full circle with that Ace and that Six, because these are both yes cards. I think for a lot of you, it's about your place in this world. It's definitely about power. And that power might just be, how do I actualize what I'm here to actualize? The Gemini function, which is always about communication, expression. And then you hit this space, well, there's going to be lack of answers coming through. But then they come through. Could you give Gemini one more Lenormand? Because oh my gosh, this is such a confusing reading. Yeah, you get the letter, the waiting card, then you get the Sun again, which means what you're waiting on is some sort of news, some sort of correspondence. Three of Wands, the Ace of Swords, your last reading, but then comes the Sun again. Outcome here, outcome there. The soul positions the Sun, which is whatever's going on, Gemini, I guarantee you there's nothing to worry about when the Sun card is at a soul position. It's always a yes. Always, always, always a yes. Yeah. I think that's probably the most confusing reading of the year. I really, really hope wherever you are, you're well. Okay, lots of love, Gemini. Bye.